Hi, I'm Shannon Valentine. I'm Secretary of Transportation for the Commonwealth of Virginia, and I welcome all of our distinguished guests here this morning and all those who are streaming this event live. Thank you so much for being here. I am very privileged to be standing on this platform today with four others without whom we would not be here. Governor Northam, Mayor Tuck, Mayor Alexander, Mayor Johnson. Thank you all so much for being here. And I'm sure you know that we are here to recognize a significant milestone, the official groundbreaking of the $3.8 billion Hampton Roads Bridge expansion project, the largest single infrastructure construction project in the Commonwealth of Virginia. To get here, we have journeyed a long way together. We completed the project agreement for funding and administration, the comprehensive agreement, the master tolling agreement, the notice to proceed. It seemed very easy, right? But we got here, and with leadership from Governor Northam and my colleague, the Secretary of Natural Resources, Matt Strickler, we even found a new home for the birds over on Fort Wool, which is just so important to me personally. I'd like to give a personal thank you to Chief Deputy Commissioner Rob Carey and your counterpart Becky Gwynn for just such excellent work. Thank you. We have so many special guests who are here today. I am going to do, Mayor Rowe, how are you? Nice to see you. We have so many special guests, and I really hope I don't miss anyone, but I do hope you know how grateful we are that you are here. Congressman Bobby Scott, I did see you. Thank you, sir. Congressman Elaine Loria, thank you so much. Senator Louise Lucas, Senator Monty Mason, Delegate Clinton Jenkins, Delegate Joseph Lindsay, Delegate Mike Mullen, Delegate Mugler, I think is here. I do want to give a special thank you to two former state senators, Chris Jones and Frank Wagner, who really gave so much of their heart to getting this project done. Diane Kaufman from Senator Kane's office. I see you at the best events. So thank you for being here. Dr. William Harvey, president of Hampton University. And Grinley Johnson, I saw Grinley here. Grinley is now Deputy Secretary of Administration, but we all know that you never leave transportation. So Grinley, thank you for being here. I will also want to acknowledge that there are many people whose leadership role has brought us to this day. I'd like to start with VDOT Commissioner Steve Britch. Thank you, sir, so much for everything you have done and will continue to do to get us. Jim Utterback, our project director, Deputy Secretaries John Lawson and Nick Donahue, who are the best partners for me in the world. Kevin Page, Executive Director of HRBT, our funding partner. Bob Crum, Executive Director, TPO. Thank you, sir, for being here. Michael Hipple, former chair of HRBT. Many, many conversations we have shared. Rear Admiral Chip Rock, who, thank you, sir, so much for being with us today. Jose Martin, HRBT Project Executive. Thank you. Jose Mendez, President of Dragadas. Thank you, sir. I want to give special recognition as well to Sandra Norman, Queen Crittenden, and Malcolm Gates for their work in helping us achieve our SWAM and DBE goals, which through this project over the next, through 2025, we have the potential of creating a $394.5 million impact with SWAM and DBE in our small businesses. So thank you. CTB members, John Malbin, Shep Miller, Steve Johnson. It's been a journey. They're laughing. Yes, thank you. Paula Miller, who a former colleague of mine in the Virginia House of Delegates who helps get all of this organized. David Gear, former VDOT commissioner. Thank you, sir, for being here. Christian Tricori, Kevin Powell, and Shelton Russell, I don't know he is here from DBE Magazine, but just does a great job of really educating people around the country on the importance of DBE and SWAM. To help us better understand the significance of today and this groundbreaking, the Hampton Roads Connector Partners had a subcontractor named CCI Engineering Services, a SWAM vendor, produce a video for us to help see into the future. And with that, Paula, I am just gonna show the video.
The I-64 corridor is one of the most congested areas in all of Virginia, with backups often exceeding 6 miles during peak traffic hours. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel expansion, the single largest transportation infrastructure project in Virginia's history, is being developed to improve traffic flow and support future growth.
So I thank CCI Engineering, what a great job. The video was produced pre-COVID. However, VDOT's Traffic Engineering Division has been analyzing traffic trends before the pandemic and during the pandemic. In April, at the height of the lockdown, traffic volumes at HRBT were 60% of historic average volumes. By Memorial Day, they were approaching 75%. And since July, traffic volumes have been nearly 95% of the historic average. While so much of our lives has changed during this unprecedented time, congestion at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel has remained remarkably consistent, which is why we are here today and why Governor Northam is back here with us. He understands that addressing the congestion and ending the gridlock is giving to people what they may value most, their time. He knows that by delivering this project, we are supporting families, commerce, shipbuilding, tourism, our military, the Port of Virginia, and all those who call Virginia home. We are improving safety, reliability, enhancing quality of life, and building an economy that is equitable and inclusive of all. Governor Northam, I thank you for your commitment to transportation, the Hampton Roads region, and to the economic future of this region and the Commonwealth. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the 73rd Governor of our Commonwealth, the Honorable Ralph Northam.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. Wow. Y'all, please be seated. Well, Shannon, thank you for the introduction, and it is good to be back. As I always say, Congressman Scott and Congressman Mallory, good to be back in 757. So anyway, what an exciting day. I don't know about you all, but I'm excited about today. And Pam and I, we raised our families like a lot of you all have in this area. And I know we've all spent many an hour sitting in traffic out here. And this is just such a big, big deal. Not only for Hampton Roads, but for Virginia and for the East Coast. So Shannon, first of all, giving thanks where thanks is due. Thank you for all that you've done as our Secretary of Transportation. I want to remind folks that this isn't the only project going on in Virginia right now. And there are about $8 billion with a B dollars worth of transportation projects in the queue in Virginia right now, and even during this very challenging time of COVID-19. So Shannon, to you and your team, thank you so much for your leadership. And I was going to try to get up here and thank everybody, but Shannon already thanked everybody, so I'm not going to do that again. But on behalf of Virginia, to our local leaders, to our delegates and senators, our congressmen, congresswomen, our mayors, this has been a team effort, hasn't it? And I just thank you all so much. I do want to take the liberty to thank one more group of individuals here. We take a lot for granted every day when we remain safe, and certainly Pam and I do as well. But there are a number of members of the Virginia State Police with us today. You might not recognize all of them, but they keep our roads, our traffic moving, and so please give our members of Virginia State Police a hand. So we're here to celebrate yet another milestone for the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel Expansion Project. And as we said, this has literally been a team effort. This is the single largest infrastructure project in the Commonwealth's history. When it's done, you'll be able to get to where you're going faster. You won't have to wonder whether it's going to take you 5 minutes or an hour or more to get through the tunnel. Will make travel in this region easier, safer, and more reliable. We're making a critical investment in the infrastructure of this region. This is one of Hampton Road's most congested corridors. Anyone who lives or travels here knows that if they have to travel through the tunnel, they need to plan for extra time. This project means you can get where you're going on time. We'll also encourage businesses to locate and expand in this corridor. That's a big deal for Hampton Roads. And when we talk to businesses who are growing in Virginia, especially in the Hampton Roads region, and those that want to come to Virginia, our transportation and infrastructure is a large selling point. And so we're proud, and I know all of you all are proud, that we are the #1 state in this great country of ours in which to do business, and a big reason for that is projects like this. It will also improve the quality of life for everyone who lives and travels in the Hampton Roads region. So I'm glad to say that as this project has moved forward, the Hampton Roads Connector Partners has mounted an aggressive campaign, as Shannon said, and we're very proud of this, to attract DBE and SWAM certified business partners to this project. So far, and I think this is commendable, 162 DBE and SWAM agreements have already been executed for a total of more than $87 million in contract awards. I'm also pleased that this project is using sustainable and green construction methods. In addition to the HRBT expansion, we are moving forward with the high-rise bridge, the I-64, I-264 interchange improvements, and of course, the widening of I-64. Now, these projects are moving along nicely, and I've got incentive, I've got interest in these projects because in about a little bit over a year, it's already, the plans have already been announced, I'll be moving back to 757. So please keep those projects on time. Thank you for that. As I said, all of these projects will help the economy of this region continue to grow. They represent an investment in both capacity and infrastructure. They're also an investment in our military readiness. Just over my left shoulder, we have the world's largest naval base, and every branch of the armed services are represented in this region. And they're an investment in the port of Virginia. Our port's 4 deepwater marine terminals have an $88 billion, with a B, dollar economic impact on our Commonwealth. Cargo that leaves the port by tractor trailer is affected by the bottleneck that costs the trucking industry nearly $1.5 million annually. I don't know if he's here today, but I wanted to offer a special thanks. As you all know, our director of our port, John Reinhardt. Is John here today? I haven't seen him, but he has just done an amazing job moving our port forward, and we have a great replacement, Matthew Edwards, who we announced yesterday, I believe. Stephen Edwards, thank you, we announced yesterday, and I'm excited. He's going to do a great job as well. So I-64 is the primary gateway for more than 6,000 trucks entering or exiting Hampton Roads on an average weekday. So these projects are literally an investment in commerce. I also want to note for the engineers, the HRBT project is creating the first bored tunnels in Virginia. There's a 46-foot long tunnel boring machine that uses advanced tunnel boring technology, and that's how we'll bore the twin tunnels next to the existing HRBT. This will be just the 4th project in the United States to use this technology. This technology was used to build Manhattan's 2nd Avenue subway tunnel. The technology is also less disruptive to marine life and to traffic through the maritime channels. I understand also, and this is exciting, that there's a school contest underway to name the tunnel boring machine. And I look forward to seeing what our Hampton Roads middle schoolers come up with. That should be interesting. We might need to screen that before we make the announcement. So this is a landmark day for this region. This project will help families, businesses, and the military relieving the daily congestion that frustrates everyone and making travel safer through one of our most vital corridors. Again, there are a lot of people who have been thanked, and it's impossible to thank everybody, but I want to thank all of the partners with the Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization, HRTAC, CTB, legislators, local leaders, and businesses who have worked so hard together to make these projects happen. So without further ado, I guess it's okay if I announce, or are you going to announce? Yes? No. I'll let you announce. Or? You can tell we've compared notes before we get up here, but I'll go ahead if it's okay while I've got the podium. I just want again to reiterate to all of you here, thank you so much. This has been a team effort. We talk about, you've heard me talk about before, the Virginia way. And that means that we as Democrats or Republicans or independents, whoever, we can agree to disagree. That's a good thing. But at the end of the day, we come together and we do what's in the best interest of Virginia. And that's what makes me so proud to be a Virginian and also to be your governor. So to all of you that have been part of this, we have so much to be proud of, and I thank you. And so I want to introduce the chair of HRTAC. She's also the mayor of Suffolk. Please welcome to the podium Mayor Linda Johnson. Linda, thank you.
Good morning, Governor Northam, Secretary Valentine, Commonwealth Transportation Board members, Commissioner Britch, legislators, HRTAC commissioners, and distinguished guests. Welcome to Hampton Roads as we gather today to celebrate the beginning of construction of the Commonwealth's largest single infrastructure project in Virginia's history. As we place a foot on that shovel to turn the first dirt of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel expansion project, we celebrate the region's ability to work together to tackle large problems such as congestion relief. It was a long road to get here. It wasn't really that easy. But everyone worked together. After decades of highway gridlock with available state and federal transportation dollars to support congestion relief projects diminishing, it was obvious that a new source of revenue was needed to tackle the region's traffic jams in 2013. In 2013, General Assembly created the Hampton Roads Transportation Fund as a steady stream of revenue provided from a regional sales and use tax, as well as a regional fuels tax. In 2014, the legislature created the Hampton Roads Transportation Accountability Commission. In 2020, the General Assembly provided HRTAC additional tolling authority of I-64 between Newport News and Bowers Hill and Chesapeake. HRTAC's 23 commissioners include the highest elected officials of 10 cities and 4 counties, 5 legislators, and 4 combined members from the Commonwealth Transportation Board and Executive Branch. I want to acknowledge all of our HRTAC commissioners attending today by please asking them to quickly stand. On a personal note, it is an honor and a privilege to work with each and every one of you. At HTAC, as we affectionately call it, we come from all walks of life, each with our own views and opinions about transportation, but we share a collective goal: to improve the economic vitality and quality of life through congestion relief projects. And I thank all of my colleagues on the Commission for their hard work. I want to take a moment to recognize the hard work of the Executive Director, Kevin Page. Shuttling between localities, the Capitol, and countless meetings is not an easy effort in an area this large. Juggling our mutual and sometimes competing priorities was no easy feat. And Kevin navigated all of it with aplomb, and we are so fortunate to have him. Thank you, Kevin. This region, working in partnership with the state, is a successful model. Together, we are achieving a greater vision to deliver a better transportation system that our citizens and visitors demand and deserve to have. Currently, $5.22 billion in projects are under construction. Our growing region has the largest Navy base in the world, one of the largest port facilities on the eastern seaboard, a robust tourism industry, and a diversified economy. That sounds like an ad, doesn't it? And we suffer from the same congestion challenges like other regions our size. HRTAC is very proud to be a part of the solution for Hampton Roads, building out of gridlock at such an unprecedented pace. As you travel the region on Interstate 64, which we just did by video, we will see nearly 200 lane miles of road construction or reconstruction underway. These first 6 projects with VDOT were funded primarily by HRTAC with Fund for the Commonwealth through Smart Scale program funds. In Hampton Roads, motorists have to use the interstate system, just like a local road, to cross major bodies of water. There are few alternatives to getting across the water here. It's our beauty, but it's also our challenge. As we all know, water crossing projects are expensive. For the HRBT, the $3.86 billion total project costs are being supported by the HRTAC's commitment to funding $3.56 billion of the total project costs. I would like to acknowledge the great work of the Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization and thank the Federal Highway Administration for its cooperation in approving the projects on the federal interstate system and the availability of low-interest TIFIA loans to support the project financing. As you can hear, there are a lot of people to thank, a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and today is the beginning of the end of the puzzle. HRTAC and the Commonwealth continue to look ahead to achieve a greater vision to alleviate congestion and provide reliable trips through the region. Next steps include development of a managed lane network along I-64 between Jefferson Avenue through the HRBT to Bowers Hill. The Hampton Roads Express Lanes network is being developed along the corridor through the region's most congested sections of I-64. Governor Northam, thank you for the leadership of the Commonwealth and for working with this region to achieve a greater vision for the delivery of a reliable transportation network that will contribute to the economic vitality and quality of life for our citizens for today and for all of our future generations. This is a huge day for the Hampton Roads region, and there are way, way, way too many people. Thanks go all around.
Good morning. I'm wearing my 757 mask, so you know where my heart is. Good morning to Governor Northam, to Secretary Valentine, to Representatives Scott and Loria, Mayors Johnson and Alexander, all federal, state, and local elected officials and appointed officials and their representatives, and to all distinguished guests. On behalf of the Hampton City Council, our city staff, and the residents of the great city of Hampton, it's my honor and privilege to participate in this historic groundbreaking for the expansion of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Now, it's not in my notes, but I can't pass up the opportunity, Governor, that every time you come to Hampton, it's a special occasion for all of us, whether it's to announce a early childhood education initiative, some $600 million plus in grants to help small businesses that are still trying to recover from COVID-19 pandemic, as well as to participate in the groundbreaking for a Center of Excellence in Unmanned Aviation. But the last time you were here, Governor, my fellow council members and I had to go to the hospital and get tested for COVID. So I've got my city manager over there, and she's timing, Governor. And when it gets close to 15 minutes, she's going to ask me to leave the podium. But my wife and I moved to the peninsula from Northern Virginia on the last day of August in 1990. And in the just more than 30 years that I've been a resident of this region, about 20 of those years have been spent in commuting to the south side for graduate study classes, employment, shopping, dining, attending cultural events, and participating in public service-related meetings and activities. The one constant in all of those trips for me, as well as for thousands who commute between the two areas, was the uncertainty of how long it would take to reach my destination on the south side and how long it would take me to return to the peninsula. That is because of the seemingly daily, unpredictable delays in the movement of traffic caused by the congestion at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. It's my belief that this uncertainty about the time required to travel to and from destinations between the two areas of the region has reduced opportunities for employment growth and stifled economic, cultural, and recreational activities between the peninsula and the south side. In addition, it has hampered the region's economic development activities with respect to the recruitment of major corporations and businesses, hurt our ability to attract and retain young talent, impaired our ability to compete with other metropolitan regions around the nation in population growth, job growth, and income growth, and resulted in our rivaling only Northern Virginia, perhaps, as having the greatest traffic congestion in the Commonwealth. Today's groundbreaking for the expansion of the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel is monumental and a cause for jubilation and celebration for Hampton Roads residents, employers, all of our businesses, our military institutions, and our ports. For it symbolizes the soon coming day when the region's 17 localities will truly unite and become one region. In closing, there's a scripture that states that Paul planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. I believe it's appropriate as I, one, acknowledge those current and former members of the Virginia General Assembly from the Hampton Roads region who in 2013 had the foresight and the courage to pursue legislation that would create a funding mechanism for the construction of desperately needed roads and bridges in our region. They watered, they planted. And two, to thank the residents of this region who, by their willingness to pay an additional tax on the price of wholesale fuel and an increased state sales and use tax, have helped to leverage more than $1 billion of roads for new project construction. They watered. And finally, we anxiously await, which is the new expanded operational Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel scheduled for the fall of 2025. That is the increase. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I am the last to speak, so I prepared a 2-hour presentation. Seriously, Governor Northam, Congressman Scott, Congressman Mallory, Admiral Rock, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited on behalf of the city of Norfolk to share in this groundbreaking ceremony of the HRBT. It's a new era in our transportation history. Since 1957, HRBT has connected the cities of Norfolk and Hampton and is a crucial link that connects our region and a network of 3 bridge tunnels together. They serve a transportation marvel that is only rivaled by 2 other systems worldwide. The success of the HRBT is not only crucial to the growth and economic vitality of our region, it has given us a single identity as our cities are growing together as we build the twin tunnels and more connectivity over the next century. As we transition to the groundbreaking ceremony, I do want to thank Governor Northam, Secretary Valentine, members of the CTB, members of VDOT, as well as members of HRTAC, the primary funding source for the $3.8 billion expansion that will unlock our potential, our success, and our prosperity. There's a visitor center that's being considered as an educational center for this project that will allow school-age children, civic groups, citizens, and tourists to learn more about HRBT and the expansion of this process. And there's a location right across the water, Secretary, that will host that visitor center. This is a great day in the history of the HRBT, and it is a great day in the history of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Have a great day.
Governor, I should always say, you can announce whatever you want. You know, just listening to everyone, I believe that really what's behind being here today is a great deal of collaboration with federal, state, and local officials, the Hampton Roads Transportation Accountability Commission, the Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization, our regulatory partners with FHWA and the Army Corps of Engineers, and the Hampton Roads Connector Partners for working with Commissioner Britch and VDOT and for bringing the most innovative designers, builders, engineers, and technology to this project. All of that is what makes today possible. When we finish this, and as we finish this, this project is predicted to produce a $4.6 billion impact for the Hampton Roads region, a $5.3 billion impact for the Commonwealth of Virginia. And may I say, it all starts with a shovel of dirt.
Governor, Secretary Valentine, turn that dirt.